It all started with an unexpected message on a quiet Monday morning. My phone buzzed, displaying a notification from our old high school alumni association. Emily Parker will be attending the 10-year reunion. RSVP now. My heart skipped a beat. Emily, the girl who had been my everything in high school, who had left me without explanation, had made her return known. I remembered the day she left, vividly. We had been young, 17, and full of passion, but also full of mistakes. I had always thought I understood her, but somehow I never truly did. That night, she had slammed the door, tears streaming down her face, whispering words I would never forget. "You don't deserve me." Then she was gone, and with her, a piece of my heart disappeared. I hadn't seen her since. I moved on with my life, got a decent job in marketing, met people, even dated, but no one compared to Emily. Every smile, every laugh, every fleeting moment reminded me of her absence. And now, 10 years later, she was coming back, walking into my life like a ghost that had finally crossed the threshold. The day of the reunion arrived. I stood in front of the mirror, adjusting my tie, feeling a mixture of excitement and dread. Would she even remember me? Would she regret leaving me? Or would she brush me aside, as though the past had no meaning? The venue was beautiful, twinkling fairy lights, nostalgic banners, photographs of students from 10 years ago. The air buzzed with laughter and chatter. I could see groups forming instantly, old friends reconnecting like no time had passed at all. And then I saw her, Emily Parker, standing near the center of the room, laughing with friends, wearing a deep red dress that seemed made for her. Her hair cascaded over her shoulders, and her eyes, those same green eyes that had captured my heart years ago, looked up and met mine. For a second, the world seemed to stop. I debated whether I should approach her. I thought about walking past, pretending not to notice her, but something inside me pushed forward. Emily noticed me as well, her smile faltering for just a moment, replaced with an expression I hadn't seen before: uncertainty, regret, and maybe hope. She walked toward me, steps measured. "Hi," she said softly. Her voice brought back memories that had haunted me for years. "Hi, Emily," I replied, trying to sound calm, though my chest was pounding. We stood there for a few moments, eyes locked, neither knowing what to say. Finally, she spoke. I never stopped thinking about you," she said, almost trembling. "And I regret the way I left things." I felt a lump in my throat. Words I had wanted to hear for 10 long years were finally here. "I've missed you too," I admitted quietly, my voice barely above a whisper. She smiled, a bittersweet smile that seemed to hold 10 years of untold stories. I was stubborn, and I let pride take over. "I shouldn't have left like that." "Not like that," she said, her voice thick with emotion. I took a deep breath, remembering all the nights I had replayed our last fight in my head. We were young. We didn't know better. "But maybe we needed this time to grow," I said. Emily nodded. "Maybe we did. But I've realized now that I made a mistake. I left someone who cared deeply, someone I should have fought for. And I wish I hadn't." We found a quiet corner at the reunion, far from the chatter and laughter. For hours we talked, first tentatively, then freely. She told me about her journey after high school, college, work, travels, heartbreaks, and triumphs. I shared my own path, my career, my friends, my own challenges. We laughed at our youthful mistakes, shared dreams we had once had, and marveled at how differently life had shaped us. It was astonishing how easily the years melted away. The awkwardness I had feared never came. Instead, it felt like reconnecting with a part of myself I thought I had lost forever. At one point, Emily took my hand. "I was wrong about us. About you. I underestimated you, and I overestimated my own pride. I should have stayed, and I should have trusted us more." Her eyes glistened with unshed tears. I squeezed her hand back, overwhelmed by emotion. "I never stopped hoping you'd come back. I never stopped believing that what we had was real." We talked until the reunion wound down, guests slowly drifting away, leaving only the soft hum of conversations and clinking glasses. Finally, we stepped outside into the cool night air. Stars blanketed the sky, reminding me of the nights we had spent dreaming together as teenagers. Emily leaned close, her voice barely audible. "I don't want to lose you again." I felt warmth flood my chest. "I don't want to be lost again either," I said. In the weeks that followed, we began to see each other more often. Coffee dates turned into long walks, long talks under autumn skies, laughter shared over inside jokes, and quiet moments where words weren't needed. Slowly, we rebuilt the bridge that had been burned a decade ago. It wasn't always easy. Old insecurities, misunderstandings, and habits formed over 10 years sometimes clashed. But each challenge only made our bond stronger. We learned to communicate, to forgive, and to cherish every moment we had together. One rainy afternoon, we took shelter in a small cafe, the aroma of coffee and baked goods surrounding us. Emily smiled at me, eyes shining. "Do you remember that night we stayed up talking about the future?" she asked. I laughed softly. How could I forget? We thought we had it all figured out, and then life had other plans. She reached across the table, placing her hand over mine. "I've realized that life isn't about having it all figured out. It's about recognizing what matters when it's right in front of you. And you matter, more than I ever realized." Tears threatened to spill from my eyes, but I held them back. "You matter too, Emily. And this time we're not going to let go. Not again." As winter approached, we spent weekends exploring the city, revisiting old haunts, and discovering new ones. Each moment, whether small or grand, became a memory etched in our hearts. We laughed at silly things, celebrated each other's successes, and comforted each other during moments of doubt. One evening, as we sat on a bench overlooking the city skyline, Emily leaned her head on my shoulder. "I almost didn't come back to the reunion," she admitted. "I was scared it would be awkward, that we'd realize too late that too much time had passed." I shook my head, smiling gently. "It wasn't awkward. It was necessary. We needed this. We needed each other." Emily's eyes met mine, glistening in the golden glow of the city lights. "I was wrong to leave, and I've spent the last 10 years regretting it. But now I get a second chance, and I don't intend to waste it." I took her hand in mine, feeling the warmth and sincerity that had endured despite the years. "Neither will I promised." Time moved forward, and our relationship flourished. We learned that true love isn't about perfection or timing. It's about recognizing its value, even after years of absence. Emily had left me once, thinking I didn't deserve her. But in coming back, she had shown me and herself that love is worth fighting for, worth forgiving, and worth cherishing. Years later, when people asked how we found each other again, we would smile and say it was fate, timing, and a reunion that changed everything. And every time I looked at Emily, I remembered the girl who had once left me and the woman who returned to teach me the power of regret, growth, and second see.